Every town, village and hamlet has its own war memorial, even the small hamlets in the more remote areas. Generally, they have both World War I and World War II recorded on them. Frequently, war memorials are placed at the parish church. In the case of Bridekirk, however, it's at a church that only dates from the 19th century. A chapel was present here as far back as the 11th century. At Nithsdale, the war memorial is in the village square. Whilst at Casts Fen, it lies some distance from the church in a prominent location. Gretna has three very unusual war memorials. It's only the second place in Britain to have war memorials to animals. There are three separate memorials, and they stand outside the Devil's Porridge exhibition. They are treated with the same respect as memorials for humans and have an annual service. Memorials are usually quite large, particularly those made into crosses. You also get obelisks, plaques, even sundials. The one at Kingholm Quay, with its link to Robert Burns, is very inconspicuous. You may not have noticed it, apart from the fact that it has wreaths attached to it. Sometimes the parish church is in a very remote location, like the one at Kirkpatrick, Irongray, not far from Dumfries. Here it's several miles to the nearest village or hamlet. Medic lies not terribly far away from Sanker. It's unusual in that there's a photograph taken of each individual, and that's displayed now in the museum at Sanker. Galloway has a particularly prominent memorial. It's placed some distance away from the church itself, that's up on the hill, and can be seen easily from the main street. Sanker's memorial lies on the road coming in from the northwest. It has low walls, which there are plaques to the First World War, Second World War, the war in Korea, and also the war in Indonesia. In addition, there's a fine bronze statue of a piper belonging to the king's own borderers. Sanker Church Cemetery has an unusual memorial to Polish soldiers who were fighting for the British when they were badly injured. After leaving hospital, they were sent to convalesce in convalescent homes in the Sanker area and passed away and are buried here. A later martyr of the Second World War was that of Jane Haining from Dunscore. She refused to leave her Jewish pupils from the mission house in Hungary, and she was captured by the Germans and executed in 1944 at Auschwitz. Thornhill has an unusual small memorial to a VC, Samuel Wallace. He fought in the First World War, eventually reached the rank of captain, and when he died of old age, he was buried in Moffat, but he came from Thornhill. On the edge of WWI village, there's an obelisk memorial to James Renwick. He was one of the last of the Covenanters to be put to death. He actually refused to ask for clemency and was executed in Edinburgh in 1688. Another Covenant memorial is to James Kirko in Dumfries. He'd been offered his life if he gave the names of his fellow Covenanters, but refused to do so, and was executed close to the river at Dumfries.